We're already starting off bad.
Does it need any kind
We're
of?
already starting off ugly here.
Oh, I'm trying.
You know why we're starting off ugly?
Why is that?
It's that word,
Myth?
legend.
Oh, legend.
And I'll tell you why legend's a bad word.
Oh, tell me.
Because whenever people start calling you a legend, you're 10 years to death.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
All right, he's not very legendary. This guy kind of sucks. No one likes him.
Thank you.
His cigars are
Much
pretty
better.
mid.
See, I get to live.
Yeah, pretty mid.
I'm Steve Saka.
Yes, if you don't know, and I'm just some Joe Schmo here talking to Steve Saka.
Oh, come on, Joshua.
You left one of the most successful cigar companies in the industry, where you'd already created something legendary to start over. What did you know about yourself that made you certain you had to do that?
All right. So here's the funny part. I actually had a better career in the cigar industry before I was president of that cigar company. So I've been on a downward spiral career path-wise for a very, very long time. I used to be a JR cigar, working directly with Lou. So
you had to believe in yourself. You had to have something. There had to be like.
So I've lived a very blessed life. Kind of rough in the beginning. Came from really, when I say poor. You ever watch the Ozarks?
Oh yeah.
You know that family that lived by the lake in the double wide trailers?
Yeah, the girl that's always punched people in the nuts.
Yeah, that's how I grew up. I grew up deep East Texas, dirt poor, welfare family, the whole thing, the alcoholism, the heroin. It was just what it was. And I enlisted in the Navy at 17 to get the fuck out, and they were happy to sign the papers to get rid of me because I was one less mouth to feed off the government checks. So I don't know. I just always seem to. I'm a person that just believes in hustle and grind, and I had a company that I sold in the early '90s, and that made me kind of retirement okay. And then from there, I ended up being exec consultant at JR, and then when they got bought out from Altadis, I had a 2-year non-compete, and then I ended up becoming president CEO, and I got bought out there. And I don't know. So I managed to get three paydays in my life, right? And I really didn't need more than the first payday. I drive a pickup truck. I own my dream boat. It's 19 foot long. I mean, I'm not like living like a monk, but I don't need a lot. The only thing I always say is that if I got like stupid rich, I would love to be able to fly private because flying sucks so much. That's like the only thing that I actually am envious of. So, I don't know, I made a lot of money for the folks at JR. I broke off a little piece. I was treated fairly. Made a lot of money for my friends at Drew. Broke off a nicer piece there. Did good. But I was kind of like, I just wanted to do something that was just me. Something where no investors, no bank, no partners, nobody gets an opinion. I can say all the stupid shit I want to say, because I can't, you know what I mean? I just wanted to do something on my own that was just 100 and with no grand aspirations because at this point, I'm going to die and they're going to get more money than they all deserve to begin with, right? So it kind of takes that pressure off, and that gives you the ability to just kind of do things your own way. And we're a very, very, very different company in a lot of ways. And the retailers that work with us, they know that. And just the product-wise that way. We come to a trade show, we don't do discount deals, right? We don't have salesmen on the road. We never go into a store and ask a retailer to buy our cigars. We wait until the retailer asks us. And it's not because we're arrogant. We want to be everywhere. But I also know, what am I going to say? My cigars are really great and they sell. Yeah, well, guess what? That's what everybody says, right? So what's the value in that pitch? So, we're like the only company, like if you buy something from us and it don't work, we give you your money back. And I don't mean we just give you credit. If you want your money back, we actually give you your money back for unopened boxes. And we've had to do that, 14, 15 times over the last 10 years. And you know what? All those customers that did bad with us and we took that product back, they're all great customers of ours now. Because they come back to the fold because now they have demand for their product. And because they had a good experience with us then and they were willing to take a chance on us, why wouldn't we welcome them back?
For sure.
Of course, we want to be everywhere. So, just even with the products, nobody gets an opinion. I'm it. I'm the end all be all, for good or bad. My stuff is to my palate. Nobody gets to smoke it. Nobody gets to try it. Nobody gets to say it's too strong, too mild, it's too this, it's too expensive. Oh, I don't like the color on the band. I don't like the name. It's stupid.
So subjective.
All the stuff, for good and for bad, is entirely my fault, all the way across the board. And that's just not the way stuff is done anymore.
Yeah.
It's all focus group. It's all, oh, well, he's a 35 to 45-year-old urban professional black man.
Yeah.
And we think this name appeals to him, and we think this is how many dollars he can afford, and we think this, and we think that. And it's like, it's just also over-marketed, over-packaged, over-focused, just all of that. And I'm of the belief just good cigars are good cigars.
Yeah.
And then the people are going to find the good cigars. So we're just such a uniquely different beast on so many different levels. And that isn't possible to do at any big company. But you have a really hot, like kind of a boutique-y, crafty product that you're making, right? You're a big company, you're making this thing. And it doesn't matter. You're doing it because it's a passion project. But once you start to do a few $1 million a year in sales on it, and now starts to contribute to the bottom line, you can't be as picky. Right? Now you got 200 families that live or die on whether you sell that product, right?
Sure.
So it's a much different scenario. So, the decisions that you have to make when you're responsible for, at JR, 1,500 people, when I left Drew, 1,700 people, they're different. It's a different level of decisions.
But I love what you're saying about the weightiness of the family connection. We share that East Texas common thread.
Oh, really? Where?
Yeah, so Quitman,
I was
Lake Fort.
Oh, really? I was where Jasper is, right? And then Hemp Hill. And then I was like from Hemp Hill, Texas, I was in a place called 6 Mile. And yeah, that's how sticky it is. Like literally, you get within 2 hours of where I grew up, you literally hear the Deliverance banjos.
But with the family thing, parents also shared addiction issues and wanted to make something for myself. And so getting to sit here with you made me think a lot more about family. And I noticed that Cindy is on the registry and the itinerary. Clearly, she's a real partner in this.
Oh, yeah, she's 50 feet. We've been married 41 years.
So,
that foolish girl married me when I made no money at all. I was enlisted squid in the Navy. I was bringing $800 a month, and I was gone 9 months a year.
Well, you can't see her on the camera, but my wife, that's ride or die, 15 years, same thing. How do you navigate the line between business partners and life partners, and how has that dynamic made Dunbarton stronger?
She's just smart enough to get out of my way and just let me rant.
That's not what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah, no, okay. She's the nurturing one. She knows that. Look, it's been 41 years, And look, we got married at the age of 19. When you get married at the age of 19, there's only two paths. Because when you're 19, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't really know who I was until I got to probably my late 30s, where I really started to get a feel about what I believed, who I was, how I thought, how I approached life, So when you get married that young, it's just all humpy, oh my God, you know what I mean? It's just the whole, oh my God, I love you, right? Yeah. You're not thinking. And so there's only two ways this goes. You grow apart as people, or you grow up together. We grew up together, and God bless it worked out. So yeah, Cindy, and Cindy's about, like, I can tell you right now, I bet she's got $6 million stored in a Bahamian bank account, because I have not touched personal money in the 41 years. Literally, I handle all the investment, the big stuff, the business stuff, but the money, I'm telling you, she's smart. She's got some gold and cash, crypto. She's got that tucked away, and I wouldn't know.
See, baby, y'all are the same.
Oh.
So, you have an engineering mindset, right? That's your background.
No, I was a twidge of the Navy, and when I got out, I ended up starting a control systems engineering firm. But I barely scraped my way out of high school. Remember, heroin, alcohol, deep East Texas. It was prison. It was something like that in my future. But I've always been smart enough to hire the right people, that could do that. So, but yes, I do approach things, hopefully in a methodical way, but with a little soul too.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think you have to do both to make an awesome product. I mean, speaking of Dunbarton, New Hampshire, it's hometown, right?
We
Okay.
live in New Hampshire. That's her fault.
Okay. So that's not a real romantic, like, tobacco origin story as
Oh, it's
far as the name.
awful.
Yeah,
No, no.
but it's
no.
more personal.
No, I had no choice. So, okay, you get bought out 3 times. You should have retired 2 buyouts ago. She wants you to retire. I'm like, I'm not going to retire. So the thing was, okay, you're not going to retire. I want to live in New Hampshire. I'm like, well, I can't run a small cigar business from New Hampshire. I've already been to Nicaragua 5 times this year, right? It's crazy living in New Hampshire. It's stupid. It makes no sense. And she's like, yeah, bingo. Just like you starting another company at your age. It makes
Oh,
no
okay.
damn sense. So that was the deal. You're going to live in New Hampshire. It's a big part of why I left Drew Estate, actually, was because she just like, this Florida shit ain't for me. This whole Miami scene. Look, Miami is basically Southern California, LA. Just instead of it being Mexicans, it's Colombians and Cubans. You know what I mean? It's that kind of lifestyle. And look, I grew up dirt poor. She grew up in a working class, blue collar family from Eastern Pennsylvania. We just didn't fit. Like, we lived in a building. I think I was the only dude on my floor that was married to a woman my age. Every other dude was 60 years old and had like some sort of like 28-year-old, 27-year-old that had one of the little pet dogs and this little purse. And it's like, I'd have to lose 100 pounds to be fat in Miami. You know what I mean? It didn't work. And look, and she stuck it out the first 6 years. And then she's like, I just can't take it here anymore. I'm going back to New Hampshire. I'm buying a house. And we tried to work out. I tried to go up there every month. She'd come down to Miami every month. And that worked a little bit in the beginning, but then it was every other month then we'd only see each other once a month. And then it got to where we're seeing each other every other month. And then I remember one time, it's like, I hadn't seen her for like 10 weeks, right? Because I got a crazy, crazy job, right? I'm bouncing all over the place, and she isn't here. And she now has her life in New Hampshire, family, friend, church, charity, all the things that you do to have a normal life. And it was really like, okay, I got this great job. I'm president of this great company. At that point, we had the hottest brand in America. Everything was clicking, and I was getting paid a very nice salary. But what I wasn't getting was I wasn't getting time to spend with my wife.
Yeah.
And so something had to give, and she's number one.
Now here you are, and amazing product. Every time I've walked by, every show, you're in the chair on the
I don't
hot
move.
seat. You don't move.
I'm like Jabba the Hutt.
I mean,
Don't
I
come like
wouldn't say
these
that,
chairs
but
to take
okay.
a piss.
But what blows my mind is the amount of interviews that you probably have. People asking you questions all the time. It's kind of the name of the game of getting the image out there. How do you actually tolerate doing this all the time?
Because it's family.
Shameless plug. All right. So that's how we do it. If you didn't see, it's the Booze Cruise 1000, baby. I love it. That's awesome. So what's when you leave here, what's the first thing that you do to relax?
Oh, I don't. When you leave this trade show, I mean, it's such a mad dash to get here, and it's so much work when you're here. So like, you're here for however many days you're here. We were here on Tuesday. We won't get to leave here until Wednesday. And then when we leave here, if we have a great trade show and it was really successful, guess what you get? More work.
Yeah, let's freaking go.
There is no. And that that's also part of the difference, Steve. Look, when you look at the depth of what we do as a small company, I mean, when you really think about, we are a crew of 10 people. Like, we generate the type of stuff that companies literally 100 times larger than us do not do. I mean, it's really kind of nuts when you really step back and look at it. I mean, we work really, really, really hard.
So when you work really, really hard, hypothetically, you get 3 days to yourself to do whatever you want to do. What are you doing?
Play my Xbox.
What games?
I don't know. Lately, I've been playing a lot of the new Borderlands.
Okay.
But I can't play it now because I'm too busy. So, but I crash on the sofa. I binge watch television. I just try to chill as much as I possibly can because my battery's at zero. So all of my hobbies and all of my hunting, ATVing, fishing, all of those things, they've been on the back burner. In fact, I love fishing. My boat hadn't touched the water for 4 years
Oh man.
until November. And the only reason it touched the water in November is because I picked it up, I trailed it all the way straight through the banjo playing area of Texas, right? 24-hour straight drive to put the boat in the water for 1 hour so I could go spread my dad's ashes on the lake.
Oh wow, man.
Okay. To then get back in the truck and drive the other 26 hours back, and I got a damn flat tire, but that's a different story, that I didn't have the right size damn lug wrench in, which that's even another stupid thing. And yeah, no, it's crazy. There's no time right now. But look, what am I complaining about? I'm complaining about how good we're doing and how much work there is. That's you can't. You just got to be thankful for it.
Gotta be
Now,
grateful.
I'm gonna bitch about it because I enjoy the bitching part and the complaining part
For sure.
and the being miserable part. It's part of. It's one of the things. I'm happiest when I'm stressed. I'm doing good. I got a lot of stress.
Yeah,
I got a lot of happiness.
I
in my
need
life.
tension in my own life. I need a real big hairy goal to get after, and when I don't have it, I feel like I just really suck. It's just not healthy for me personally. So, we have a Discord, like over 600 people on there. They're gonna be watching this. They're gonna be seeing this. And I want to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But a lot of what's crazy, the majority of these people that are in it, they're younger demographic of smoker, which is blowing me away. How many new smokers?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that in context, what is a nugget of wisdom that you could give to like a newer smoker getting into it?
Don't buy too much. Look, you're in your kiss the girl phase. You know what I mean? You're gonna fall in love with something that you're gonna think is the greatest, bestest ever. And the thing is, your palate is gonna change so much. I think I smoke 10 cigars a day on average. And I've done that for over 30 years. And on top of that, I was smoking even before that. Back of the napkin calculation, I probably smoked 120,000 handmade cigars. That's a lot of damn cigars. Now, and you see the beautiful physical specimen it's made, so I don't recommend that. But it's gonna take you a while to figure out what you really, really like. Okay? So don't, because y'all get in that phase where you buy too much, right? And listen, and the reason I know this, like whenever I see that guy that's got 4,000, 5,000 cigars in his collection, I think how crazy that is.
Smoke them if you got them.
No, in 1995, in my walk-in humidor at home, in my basement, I had over 25,000 cigars. So I'm you. Okay, I get it, I understand it. But know that it's gonna take some time. The other thing that you gotta learn is that you're gonna have to form your own opinion because nobody's going to lead you, right? Look, reviewers aren't, top lists aren't, your tobacconist isn't, the magazine isn't, because they all have biases, whether it be a pay-to-play bias, whether it be a relationship bias, or it's an honest bias, because look, we all like different things. I think oysters are disgusting. I don't get them. They're snot on a shell. Why does anyone eat oysters, right? But millions and millions and millions of people worldwide love oysters and are a delicacy. Am I right? Am I wrong? You know what I am? I'm right for me.
Yeah.
Oysters are disgusting. Unless you fry them or charboil them. Then I like oysters. I like them fried in a poke. That's good. But you know what? Even then, I'd rather they just fried shrimp and threw it for me. But anyways, so you got to learn to kind of find your own way. And that takes time. So while you're doing that, cap your spending because you're just going to end up with a lot of cigars that you don't want.
100%.
And the other thing too is when you start to get a feel for what you like, go a little deeper than the brand and figure out, okay, what factory makes that? Who was the blender on that? What are the materials in that? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that'll then help you dial in more. And also, while you're on that journey and you're looking at all these reviews and all these top lists and whoever your tobacconist is, you're then going to learn the people that are actually giving you worthwhile recommendations that fit your palate.
Yeah.
Like, there's one reviewer, good friend of mine. He does a top 25 list. When I look at his top 25 list, it's like on that list, I know there's at least 20 cigars that I won't smoke because I think he has the palate of a mule, right? And so I look at his top 25 list, it's literally like a list of cigars not to buy for me, right? And then there's other people, I'll look at it and go, I didn't try that, but I respect that person, his palate, I see what he says about this and that. I didn't try it, or I did try it, and I had a bad experience, or not even a great experience. It's okay, man, blah. And I'll go, you know what? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna revisit that. because he liked it, and maybe I missed something. Maybe I got a bum one. Maybe there was something wrong with
Yes.
it, right? And I'll go back. So you got to figure out your own palate, and then you got to figure out what resources you can trust. And there's nobody that's going to help you with that. It has to be through experience. And the other thing too is, don't get all tied up in all of this storage nonsense. It isn't rocket science. It isn't too complex. Cigars are not that sensitive. Look, we load them on a truck in Nicaragua, then get onto a container ship, then sit in customs and clear. I mean, they aren't as fragile. Yeah, Cameroon wrap, some Connecticut shade, you know. And the other thing too, as a handmade cigar smoker, it's not a machine engineered product. You have to accept that there are going to be plug tight cigars that crack, split, no matter what price you pay. Because in the end, at the absolute best, like the very best quality control, an average factory, 10%. Really, really good ones, 5%. The absolute tippy top tier, the best we can ever get is 2%. Right? Now, sadly, it doesn't work out that way. Sadly, you don't get 1 out of 50 cigars that are subpar. They tend to run in stretches. You get a whole box. You're like, oh my God, this whole box sucks. Oh, reach out to the manufacturer, tell them, let them know, you know, go back to your tobacconist, let them go. But part of it is you have to accept some of these clunkers along the way.
100%.
And what you do is you learn the brands that are where you get a regular occurrence of clunkers, and you learn the brands that are a rarer occurrence of clunkers, and then focus your dollars on the place that there's a rare occurrence. But there will never be perfect. Now, it's all way better than it used to be from when I started. You know, quality control's way better. But yeah, it's part of being a handmade cigar smoker. If you want it to always burn, always draw, always this, buy a mass market cigar. You know, that's engineered to do that. It'll do it exactly. It'll burn exactly, draw exactly, taste exactly every single time. That's not what you're going to get in handmade cigars. It just simply isn't. And I think that's something that's a little hard. And I actually think how much better the overall quality is kind of sets them up at having almost an unrealistic expectation.
Yeah, people are not used to handmade, these environmental handcrafted things. There's not a lot of that.
In the end, it's a handmade product out of an organic material that is affected by the environment and how you actually sometimes smoke it.
Yeah, and then the subjectivity of a palate. I mean, there's so much. Yeah. So we've been here on this episode of Word of Saka.
Word of Saka.
Yeah. Anyways, but no, I really appreciate it, Steve. You've been a pleasure. It's so nice to finally sit down with me.
No, awesome.
Thank you so much.